You are tuned in to the Nutso Bunch podcast.
Yeah, we are here, we are live, we are in the building. So you gotta bring the energy today.
I'm with it.
Everybody in the building. Make some noise. What's going on? What's going on? What's poppin', fellas?
What's up?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Saturday.
It's
Sauce
that
is
time.
ready. I like
yeah, I'm
that.
ready.
Sauce
I'm
ready.
ready now.
He's ready.
Of course.
Hey,
Once the
we got-
lights turn on, I'm ready to go.
yeah, and they've been on for a little while. It's getting hot.
Yeah. 8 minutes. Yo, we actually started on time today.
Right, this is crazy.
6 on a dot. This is nuts.
This is crazy.
We
We
usually
need
about
to do
45 minutes
Saturdays.
behind.
I came on time, though. That's why.
That's
see?
part of the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the
I was here
solution.
early.
I actually showed up first. That's a shock.
Yeah.
True.
That's definitely a shock.
True.
Definitely.
And unfortunately, my wife wasn't here, so we couldn't do what we planned.
True.
But
No, we'll do it this week. I got
right.
you.
All right. Perfect.
I got you.
Perfect.
I'll make time.
So, in an effort to be mindful of people's time, we're going to get right into it today, man. Let's do some really, really quick introductions. And we have two special guests from an amazing brand that's from right here in our hometown. So we're going to get into that. If y'all are listening, you're not seeing the two new faces or hearing anything, but the people that are watching, you know that there's some new faces on the board. Mm-hmm. So we're going to definitely get into that. But first, to my left, I have the one and only
Yo, you know who it is? Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn's in the building. Make some noise.
Hashtag Instagram is Bill. I know social media 9 years and running.
Facts. And to my far right, I have the one and only
Sam Sos, ladies and gentlemen, back at it. You
Sam
already
Sos
know.
is in
Let's
here.
go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Happy to be alive. Let's fly.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, man. And I am fair to God.
Nah, that ain't.
Y'all are terrible.
If Fred was here, he would have helped me out.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Make some noise.
He would have.
Oh, man. And together, we are
The Nutso Bunch podcast.
live and direct from the cellar, episode 96.
Is it
97? 97?
Been 2 years,
good.
man.
That's great.
Episode 90 something.
Yeah.
1970.
I thought
We're
close.
approaching
We close. We catching up to 100.
That's not bad.
So just so
great.
everybody knows, we're going to do definitely a live episode for the 100th episode. But right now, here in the building, we have two of Waterbury's finest, two of Waterbury's entrepreneurs that have something amazing that, you know, kind of goes along with our craziness, our brand that we have going on. So y'all know when you're watching the show, man, we're always drinking, we're always talking junk over great drinks, right? So it's only right that we bring somebody from the hometown here for y'all. And I'd rather that they introduce themselves, but two fellas from the 1970-something brand. But before we even let them introduce themselves, let's get into the song.
Yes.
Hey.
Let's go.
Let's
This
go.
is legendary.
So this song right here
1970 something.
is called 1970-something. And it's in line with the brand, 1970-something.
As y'all can see on full display, as y'all can see.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Taste of success now is back home.
My boy
So it's time
Nash.
to make the facts known. We went from blackboard to black
Yes,
owned.
sir.
Slow sipping on the rocks while you peep the lyrics. You'll agree it ain't your ordinary spirit.
Hey.
Mixed or chased or straight to the face. Either way, you can't deny the exquisite taste. Get to the store now and cop you a case of the bourbon that's ahead of the race.
I like it straight up on the rocks with no chase.
Launch.
Smooth like the player I am with great taste. If you need to set the tone with just you and your friends, crack a bottle on a Friday, let the weekend begin. Set the vibe with a great bourbon, with a cigar burning. Slow sipping when you feeling fresh, now you're learning. Smooth taste and it's black owned. I got a bottle on chill, food off the grill, I'm in the zone.
See the bottle, it's exclusive.
For real.
Taste the best, ain't no disputing. CT is what we rooted. Well known, black owned, so saluted. This is that 1970 something. 1970 something. Pull it straight off the bucket. Yeah, this that 1970 something. 1970 something. Take a sip, you gon' love it. Yeah.
Yo, man, 1970 something is in the building. Make some
dope.
mother, make some mother, make some noise.
What's that? What's good?
Live and direct from the 70s.
Always.
Let's go. All right, let's start drinking.
I know, right? They got I want to drink.
I heard the music. I'm ready to go. It's already Saturday.
Ready.
Shit, it's the weekend. Let's go.
I like for them to introduce themselves to the listeners.
Yes.
If y'all like to, please.
All right, you're going to start off with me.
Of course.
O.B. Bird right here.
Yes, sir.
Waterbury, 1970-something bourbon. CT's finest. Y'all got us tonight. We're blessed to be here.
Definitely.
You know, and we're going to shout out some of our partners that ain't here right now.
Okay.
Sean Durantis.
Hey, Coach Lap.
Yeah, Coach Lap. Y'all know that cat.
Yeah.
We got Dakar Franklin.
Okay.
That's our other partner. He's not in the building tonight, but I'm going to pass it over to my man P over there.
Yes, sir. This is Paul Kennedy, official owner of our 1970-something brand, one of Waterbury's finest. Black excellence is in the building today.
Hey,
Let's
for
go.
real.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yes.
Awesome, man. Yo, we are very grateful to have y'all here with us today. Man, we've been hearing the buzz. We've been seeing the buzz as well. We've been seeing the bottles. We've been hearing, great things. So I think one of my first questions is really what got y'all started and wanting to do this bourbon, man.
No doubt. Go ahead, OB. This was his plan. So he was the man with the plan.
Fellas, it go way back, man. We started drinking bourbon like 25 years ago.
Wow.
So, when we first came in the game, just like everybody else, we were doing everything else. And don't get it wrong now. I come up, I'm a 40 boy. I come up from Waterbury,
So what part of Waterbury?
I'm from Fairmount.
Fairmount in the building. Let's go.
Came up there. So I'm a 40 boy. But me, P, Sean, Dakar, we've been sipping bourbon for like 25 years, like I said. And to get in the game, it was like, it was always a vision that, ain't none of us in the game, people that look like us. So we was like, we can do this. And you know what I'm saying? So it got about just before the COVID hit, was like, okay, let's put this together. And we decided to work on it and make it happen. And that's what we got going on that got us here. But like I said, it's a long story, man. Them years of drinking the whiskey and the bourbon and going through some things. It's great times. And it's about the camaraderie. And right now we're going to break it down and fill y'all in on that. Pete, tell them what's happening with it.
Yeah. So basically, he's underestimating this big
Talk
time,
about
right?
it, Pete. Talk about it. Let's go.
Humble.
He's being real humble.
This guy
Yeah.
he's one of those dudes that I guess he had this vision. He had a plan.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we've been boys since the 8th grade, yo. We all in our 50s right now. So we've been 30, 40 plus in. You know what I mean? So he had a vision. He invited us over. He's a cooking guy. So we think we all just coming over there to eat, do whatever.
Yep.
And, he had brought us down in the basement like this in the dungeon. You know what I mean?
Where the best things
and had a
happen.
plan.
Best
and
plans come about in the basement.
Hey, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see where we at?
There you go.
That's for real.
You know what I mean? And then, this guy, if anybody knows this guy, man, he's computer literate. Like, yo, it's bad, bro. It's bad. You know what I mean? But he pulls out a presentation on us. You know what I mean? We sitting there like, yo, this guy put out a presentation. So now we all interested. Like, yo, okay, what's about to happen? Like, what's good? What's good? So we see the presentation, and we all sitting there like, yo, this dude did a presentation, so he's serious. Like, we really need to have a conversation.
Right.
So looking at that and looking at what we all need to, pull our funds together and do what we needed to do. So we all was in. It's kind of like, if one is in, we all in. We all take a chance. We don't have numerous businesses that kind of fell apart and did our thing, but this one was something that we kind of knew, and, Berg pulled this together, Scuff pulled this together.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
very
man.
dope. Very dope,
that's
man.
for real. And like I said, with our team there, we've been down forever. So man, it was just
made sense.
Just made sense. Like, yo, this is what we're gonna do, and you know, and we want to branch it out and tell the people about, like, hey, there's something else to the game, and hopefully we can explain and do a little taster tonight.
Yeah.
So you know, we could go through some steps on, you know,
Little.
Y'all ready?
First, we're gonna take a little taste. I'm ready.
We're gonna break it on down on what these,
I'm ready to
what
drink
these products.
since it was free.
I'm ready.
Yo,
We're gonna bless you.
For real.
Not just fucking around, but yo, shout outs to y'all though. Definitely doing your thing from Waterbury. That's a hell of a thing right now because you know everybody in Waterbury. When it comes to opportunities and taking that leap, a lot of people get cold feet. So you know, definitely shout outs and keep pushing forward. For
I didn't get cold feet, bro.
You got the I mean, man. I got a tattoo, man.
He couldn't get cold feet. He got them ankles.
Yeah. Listen, man.
That's it. You stuck here for life.
Right.
Try to run.
Absolutely.
Try to run. You ain't going.
But I think it's cool that it's that you guys have been friends for so long. You guys are able to do something,
right?
Even though it's never too late. But I think it's actually pretty cool that you guys. It's not like you're getting like an outside investor or something like that. It's you guys.
It's so funny hearing that story because it sounds like us doing the podcast. Like we legit we're plotting on doing it for a while. Well, Freddie had the idea, right? And he brought all us together, and then randomly, like right before COVID, we were deciding to do it, and then COVID hit. And it kind of gave us the opportunity because we're sitting down where everybody's in the house not doing anything.
And explore it and make it happen and jump right into it. And that's it. That's the blessings probably of the crazy COVID thing. It's like, we all came together and we all decided to do something and make things happen. That's what got us here today. To kick it with you fellas. And that's what we're going to do, man. And we could all blow on everything, man.
For sure.
Board got creative.
Right.
Board got creative. You know what I'm saying? There's only but you're going to do with the phone and the tablets and shit like that, but using your mind to get something really done, like this is gonna last forever. Like this is the craziest shit.
Legacy.
This is the craziest shit I was thinking about the other day because it's kind of surreal that we all came about it and really pushed it forward. But thinking back to it, it's like even when I die and I'm not here, my daughter could see me.
Right. That's funny that you say that because that's what my man. That's pretty much was like the biggest pitch was like leaving something behind and changing that that generational curse that man, listen, we all come from the projects. I came from Long Hill and gradually moved down the hill to Walnut, North Main. You know what I mean? My kids didn't have to see that. You know, my daughter didn't have to see that, but so she don't know no difference.
Same shit.
But it's a generational thing, and we never going back, man. No matter what kind of barriers we got, we ain't going back.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a good segue.
That is a good segue. Sauce is on point today. I like it. I like it.
For real, that is the segue. Let's one of these bottles.
Let's first and foremost. Just to give it a little more detail while you pulling that out, P. So you guys are indeed a black-owned bourbon distributor or company. Like what's the designation?
We are a black-owned distributor as well as a black-owned brand.
Wow.
We brought the brand here. We are the distributor that distributes the brand. But we are like Connecticut's first black-owned bourbon brand. And so that's what we brought to the game, and we knew there was a place for that game for us minorities to help the people and show the people there's another lane. Besides, we always getting fed everything that just work these jobs. You could do more.
For sure.
Like Sean ain't here today, but if Sean was here, he would break down the analytics of our buying power, how much we spending on alcohol, liquor, what we have done, and the brands that we have promoted, and when we could go in, and then you go inside of the liquor store, package store, and you'll say how many black-owned brands are in here. They'll be like, what? They don't
even know. It's a different language.
For real.
Totally different language.
Right.
For sure.
I'm telling you, I'm want everybody to jump on it and do their thing and do their research because it's so vast of a learning and so much you could do to make it happen for you. And I want people to get involved. That's what we want.
Fire.
That's important.
That's fire, man.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
Yes. So with
that, we're gonna take you on a journey. We're gonna start with our very first joint that we have. We have our 88 proof weeded, bourbon. So I pour everybody a little taste, and we'll start off low, and then we'll go higher.
Look. And look, we gonna pass it around. We gonna pour that, and we gonna break it down. When y'all get this, first y'all gonna nose that bourbon. Y'all gonna nose it and see what's going on. This is gonna be, you're gonna get what's on the notes on that nose before you even dive in there. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah, that's. Thank you for giving me the etiquette because I'm not a bourbon drinker myself. I don't know like the proper way that I'm supposed to be like partaking in the sport. So
look, this is what we gonna do. It's right here. Here you go, P. Pass it around.
Yep.
First of all, like I said, fellas, let's
go. He's good. He got you.
Let's nose it up. We gonna get you right. Pour you a little pour right here. All right, with these pours, right? We gonna first nose them.
Okay.
We gonna see what you're getting on the nose. See what, like classic. First, we're going to break this one down here. This is our weeded bourbon.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, most bourbons on the market, 90%, you know what I mean? 90% of the bourbons on the market are usually a rye bourbon. So it's you usually like this. In bourbon, you got to be 51% corn to be a bourbon, first and foremost.
Okay.
You got to be aged in a new oak barrel. You can't come off the still no higher than 160. So when you start to go into the barrel, it can't go into the barrel no more than 125 proof. So right now, we're going to say the recipe, the mash bill of this bourbon. The mash bill on this one is 68% corn, 20% wheat. Mm-hmm. What's that? 12% malted barley. I got my numbers right.
You got it right.
You're right.
Boom. 88
So,
12,
yep. So right there on that mash bill, see that second flavoring grain is wheat. And like I said, 90% of the bourbons on the market are usually rye, and that's the spicy. So, we're going to go right here, our middle one. You're going to nose it, and it should be sweeter. It's going to be a milder bourbon. Okay. You're going to nose it, see what you're getting on the nose. Are you getting the caramels? What are you guys getting? And you guys
definitely smelling the caramels.
Y'all smelling y'all smelling the sugars on that.
Yeah.
This is a 3.5-year-old bourbon. And yo, fellas, believe it or not, our products is 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. And most people coming out the game and getting that. And people be like, oh, the old school cats has been doing it for 100, 150, 200 years. Yeah, They got 7-year bourbon, 8-year bourbon, 12-year bourbon. Yeah. But as you know, the longer they age, the more money there is. You know what I mean? So to come in the game as a fresh brand like we are and put out a great product like we're putting out at 3 years, 5 years, 6 years is, unheard of, really. Y'all got that. We're going to go with now. We're going to get a little bit taste on the palate. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not chugging this. I'm
Nah, it ain't meant for that.
I need to. I don't know. I want to learn the etiquette.
Not this one.
Sure.
Just not only for me, for the listeners.
Most for sure.
For me too, because I was like, liquor company, shit. I'm not. I told you I was early. I was on time. I saw them pull up. I text them. They're here. Yes, I'm drinking. Let's get fucked up.
And that's what it is. So you're gonna hit it. You're gonna get it on your palate.
That's smooth.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So y'all see that on the front? You got that sweetness. You got that caramel, that toffee.
Yes.
Right. And when you get there in the mid palate, she fades away a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because she's an 88 proof. We had a 107 of this, 107 proof that people are killing us for right now. Knocking on the door.
Wait. This is the last bit of it. You can't find us no more.
Nobody can find that.
I see the premium sticker on it. You know what it is.
It's real.
That's uncut. And y'all really gonna get We'll hit that up a little later.
That's the raw.
Yeah. That's right out of the barrel.
That's raw.
Yeah, that's right out of the barrel.
But
I need that price right from the plug.
Look.
So just copper color, man. It's copper color.
That's an old joke.
It's old joke.
Oh man,
that's the plug. I need it for the low. Let's go.
We thought we was getting that too from our plug, man. He was like, nah,
yo. This one,
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Amen.
For sure.
And that is the most realest thing you just said.
Right.
Yeah.
And the bourbon game right now is so crazy that everybody's trying to get in it and do their thing. It's the highest that it's been in like 30 years.
Wow.
Right.
So like y'all said, yesterday's price is
not today's price.
We going to the table
like a gas station.
and they talking about, hey, the barrels are more money, and we looking at each other like, yo, nah, well, that wasn't the deal. That wasn't the deal. So, but that was our weeded right there, fellas. Right. As y'all would see, that was smoother. And like I said, there's only 10% weeded bourbons on the market, I would say. And we was just talking about one upstairs earlier, and was that Makers. To me, that's the number one weeded brand in the world. It's everywhere. You can't go nowhere with seeing Makers. And our recipe is similar to that. But that is going to be aged about 6 years, 7 years, 8 years on a blend. I also forgot to mention, these are all single barrels. These 2 weeders are all single barrel products. So that means they're individual. So every barrel is different when it's single barrel of those weeded brands.
So, like taste-wise, there's something a little different.
So the barrel,
every time you're going to get a little different taste,
So do you reuse barrels?
Not in bourbon. You cannot reuse a barrel.
Against the law,
Are the barrels different sizes?
You have bourbon barrels that are 30-gallon, 50-gallon, 53-gallon. You know what I mean?
So I'm sorry to cut you off. So to age them, you still use the same barrels, or do you have to get like a special barrel that's going to hold it for
American
more
oak
time?
American oak. And once you barrel it, you leave it there for 5 years, 3 years, 20 years.
And the longer they sit, the higher the price is.
The higher the price.
Yeah.
So
name of the game.
My mom, God rest her soul, she used to do something similar. She used to get white, basically we call it roncaña, like moonshine.
Okay. Yeah.
She would buy it, it'd be white, clear. And then she would clear, and then she'd put the stuff in it, the raisins, the guava paste, a bunch of shit. And then she'll leave it downstairs in the basement. In a dark place. And then when she busted that thing open, everybody loved it.
Crazy.
It was crazy. I couldn't drink it because it turned my stomach.
But that's the same thing right here. Like you just said, the clear.
Same concept.
It's come off the still clear. Same concept going in the barrel.
Yep.
And the agent sitting down there and getting the colors, breaking off the tannins out the alcohol, mellowing it out. You know what I'm saying? We getting the age, we getting the flavors. It's going in and out of that barrel throughout the cold season and the hot seasons. You know what I mean? So that's why you got this one right here, a hell of a product. I weeded first on the joint, you know what I mean? We decided to go weed it on this one, and that's what we gonna do. We gonna let people know, and y'all taste that one fire. You know,
my palate wants to try it again.
Ken, how's that? Yeah. All right.
That's it.
Ken approves.
Right. Yeah.
So did you guys have to travel anywhere to kind of get a little bit more in-depth details on how to do this process?
Get more information.
Nah, man.
Internet, right?
We learn everything on our own, man. We kind of just put in the work, had a lot of failures, and kind of learn from our mistakes. And this guy right here, you hear how he talk? You hear how he talk? Like he's the guy. You know what I mean? And if Coach Lap was there, he's another guy.
That's cool.
I'm not these guys. You know what I mean? I'm the lower guy. You just
don't do that.
Look, that dude drinks a lot of bourbon with me. He knows more than what I think he knows. And he knows everything, the education. He knows from the rip what goes in there, what it takes to be a bourbon. He knows all of it. And we, and like Bill was saying, that we had to travel. Just to get a product, we had to travel, man. We went. We tried to get some products here. Yeah, we tried to get product here. We had some product come to us, and it was like, like I say, I'm the guy that's probably a little more easier to please on the palate because on my shelf alone, I'm probably got like 150, 160 bourbons alone, whiskeys and ryes.
There's that many?
Oh, it's a million.
Oh man, that's not even tapping the surface.
Yeah,
that's not even tapping the surface, y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Look at corn, whiskey, that's what we're gonna tell y'all, man. The game is bananas, and look it. You got your lane, I got my lane, you got your lane.
Right.
Go out there and get the lane. We just here to be like, yo, people, y'all could get that lane, y'all could get that money. Y'all could do your thing.
Or what you do is support the homegrown right here.
Oh man,
1970 something.
That is support. That is support. When y'all be like, "Yo, these guys inspired me." I'm happy with that. I could be like, "Word, run with it. Here, pass the baton. Do your thing, man. Take this and run." And that's for our whole town, our whole city, our whole state.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Stand up and do your thing. So that's what we want to do. And like I said, we can get to the other joints and taste them around and see what like if you was at my distillery, I'm gonna bust them down. I'm gonna pull them out the barrel, and I'm gonna let y'all taste things right out the barrel when the distillery happen. Y'all gonna taste the whiskey like the rawest.
We're gonna have to come back and do one on a show right there live on the spot.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
For sure, man. Hopefully, man, within the next couple of years, we'll have a little spot that everybody can come to.
We're gonna speak that into
Don't
fruition.
worry, I'll come by. And check it out.
No doubt. Everybody come through.
I'll keep these guys updated. Don't you worry about that.
You come by. You come to the exclusive room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we try to make some things happen.
I'm gonna be in the back room, like, yo, let me try some of that. Let me try some
cigars,
of that.
you're good.
Exactly. Yo, for real.
That's what it goes with, right?
Yeah. This is actually a drink, man, that kind of goes with cigars, man. Like, this bourbon game is not a young man's game, basically, man. You got to be a little bit more mature.
Seasoned, we'll call it.
Yeah, seasoned. There you go. Perfect word for that. Seasoned, because it's not a drink that you're going to just down and get drunk off of and just try to be out here wilding out. If you're younger, you're probably not going to like this. You know what I mean? So if you get a little bit more mature, you want to have a little something. It's almost like a wine. That's kind of what I always say. It's like comparing yourself coming home from work, having a nice glass of wine and winding down. Right. So that's what bourbon is. So if you ever watch a show, you see what they do. They grab their little bourbon. It's in the little flask or whatever. Yeah. And that's what they do. So for us, our people, we ain't used to that.
Right. Yeah.
We trying to put everybody else on this game that, listen, man, we should be used to that.
For sure.
We better than that. We don't have to be out here wild and getting toasted every time. You could sit back, chill, sip, and have good conversation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And just
like
have a good talk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just good talk.
And fellas, and know what's crazy? In our community, we've been fed like, yo, man, bottom shelf stuff.
Exactly.
And hopefully our people can say, oh, man, I'm surprised. I didn't know that. We've been fed bottom shelf stuff, and people, we're like, oh, why we getting headaches and why we getting that? And don't get me wrong, in bourbon, and I'm gonna tell you, there's classics in the game that been doing it forever on the bottom shelf.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to know there's also they're playing tricks on us too sometimes with the grains and stuff they put in there. But our stuff is natural. The only thing that's added to it is just barrel and love. So
and water.
Yeah. And water. I mean, in our community, anything made with love tastes better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Point blank. Period.
For real, that's it.
A couple more sips, I'm gonna be in love too.
I'm getting hot already.
Look. Come on. Man, shoot, some of my best times, yo. Y'all know, man.
We all had them good nights. Good nights.
Dope. So what's the second one up that you guys have on deck?
So the next one up, man, we're gonna go with our traditional bourbon. This is just a regular high rye bourbon. So I'm going to take you on this little journey. So this is a little bit more spicier for people who like spicier stuff. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of bourbon that this is.
Okay. So it has a little bite to it.
And when you say that rye, what did I say before, fellas? That middle flavoring grain, right? So on the first one, it was the wheat. That was the flavoring grain in there. And like I say, when y'all be like, yo, there's a lot of bourbons in the joint, 90% of them joints you go in the store and you look at on the shelf, they're going to be rye-based bourbons. And look, we live in a great area where they made a lot of rye back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It grew a lot of rye, not made. But, you look at that shelf, and rye is usually spicier. Rye also give off notes of, like, citrus flavors to it as well. So we're going to pour these up, and we're going to get right. And this, like I said, it's a high rye. It's not a low rye. They have, you were just saying about bourbon, like, yo, is that many? Yeah, there's the bourbon game. Like they say, all whiskey is all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just like that. You could get these different notes on them or whatever. We're going to go again with how we're going to nose this right now. We're going to nose it up and see what kind of notes you get on it. And like I even said right there.
This one's
you getting smoothness, right?
You getting like a citrus on this, like a key lime pie, like
smell something,
like it's really like the rye in there is giving you. It's really like kind of funny, yo. It's like it's totally different. It ain't you ain't getting the sweet notes on it. You getting a little mellow. You know what I'm saying? So you go in there, you nose it, and look, your nose. Lots of times we gotta close our mouth when we nose. But if you open up your mouth a little bit and you'll get a whole different,
Oh, shit. Stop playing with me.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
So,
That's how we do it.
He's an educated guy,
I was damn near about to sniff
all
this
these
shit.
years.
Like, put it in my nose. Like, what the fuck?
All these years.
We on camera. They going to catch me. You going to rewind them. My dumbass is like.
Yo, for real. You got to go.
Word.
And you'll get the different, it changes it up. You pick up a few more. And then you'll go to that taste. We're gonna get a little on the palate,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Very good.
And there's a little. You can taste the bite. There's a little bit of bite on that.
Bite at the end.
That's
good.
That's the rye.
Different.
That's a rye.
It's 23% rye. You see the differences on those two?
I had a little
Like kick it. Yeah. Little something.
Yeah, right at the end.
But that's just for this season.
But it was good though. It was good. It wasn't harsh. It wasn't bitter. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't going.
No.
It was good.
And like I said, I don't know. It's a little crazy because that rye give off just a hit of citrus, of grapefruit, or something. Yeah, and on those rye notes there.
That's
so
the chef
and listen, man, chef in him. Every bourbon is not for everyone. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have different tastes. So some you may like, some you may not like.
Based on your taste buds, you have to go what works for you.
And actually, what you ate too. Like if you eat something and then you drink that, you be like, that's not. It all depends on what you eat.
It goes hand in hand with
your
much.
palate. Yeah.
So is bourbon something that you can like do with the meal, or is it something?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Certain foods, you know what I mean? Like, I would say like a steak would probably go, the 88, the wheated would probably go good because it's sweeter. Yep. So it's almost like, having dessert. You know what I mean? So you're going to have that little extra little sweetness to whatever you like. Thanksgiving time, I would say when you taste this 5 grain, the 5 grain is totally different, man. That's a game changer, what I would say, because that gives you flavors like you ain't never gonna taste.
That's the one I bought, right?
Yeah, nobody almost in the world got that taste. Like that's a real exclusive taste.
That's
like,
the 5 grain?
Yeah, that 5 grain.
Look,
you got some of that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the one I bought that time when you came up there with me.
That's the one we got.
Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah. So that's 5 grain.
Okay. But yours is closed. Your bottle's closed. Yours is open.
So how did you guys come up with the name?
Oh, great question.
Yeah.
Oh man, 1970 something. Like we say, we are here. Mm-hmm. We hip hop kids. We come from the the 70s, and it just bangs when you hear that track, 1970 something, and just it's
from
that,
Biggie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the inspiration.
That was part of the inspiration.
It puts it together. You know what I'm saying? So when we hear that, we zone out. You know what I'm saying? We always had the joint. It's like 70 somethings is a vibe, and that's what the vibe that we have to create. And as you know, we come from the 70s, the 80s, and 90s. We come from an era of the hip hop game that was like, how it came down, and that we're still looking for, and the vibe of the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all some younger cats, and y'all from the Berry, but I remember that this town used to be walking town and vibing and banging, and that was that 70s work grind vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we all had that love from the hill to the square park, play ball, do everything, and we all still connected to that. You know what I'm saying? Growing up with less in the projects that we, around here, and we grinding, and we was, everybody knew everybody from South Main up the way. You had a connection from everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Said South Main. So that's when you're supposed to make some noise.
Yeah. Come on, man.
So let's go, Sos.
I don't want to tell
Let's go, Billy.
everything.
Let's go, Bill.
I live in Waterbury. You don't gotta know everything.
Nah, that's for real.
South side, they know what time it is.
Right. Nah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So this is basically that essence for y'all. That 1970 something, it gives you that mindset. That mindset, vibe, I should say, and that vibe.
Oh, for sure, man. It's definitely a vibe, man, that we kind of just inherited. And we, like he said, man, we hip hop babies, man. We was around from the beginning, basically. It's crazy to say that. We went through the Night of the Living Bassheads. I don't know if y'all was around for that. Y'all might be too young.
I'm from Pearl Street.
It was a crazy time. That New Jack City stuff.
Yeah,
that New Jack City stuff was wild. Real people.
It was wild.
It was real.
A lot of my family from the OPs, man. So I'm familiar, man. And my mom.
I don't remember none of that.
My mom grew up in Berkeley as well, so
it was real, man. It was a real time.
Casa Street had a day.
Oh, you lived on Casa?
Yeah, if you was over that way.
Look,
I grew up on Catherine Avenue in Warner, right across from Casa. Yeah.
My aunt lived on Webb.
Oh, word! My sister lived on Webb.
My aunt lived on.
My aunt lived on Laurel.
Yep.
And I was over there on Laurel. You know what I'm saying?
Casa Street. And we lived on High Street too.
Wow! Yeah. Right there, same blocks, man.
We know, Sos. We know.
Was poor too.
Keep going, so
We was poor.
Yo,
We come from nothing too. You know what I'm saying? But
fire.
That shit. That's the hood.
Nah, that's dope, man. It definitely sets that mood. And I love the name, man. It jumps out. It stands out for me. First time I heard it, it stood out for me, and I'm like, man, I want to learn more about it. And then finding out that Lap had something to do with it, was like, what? This is crazy. It's crazy. And now, like we're adding even more less degrees of separation, just from talking to y'all and knowing our circles as well. It's crazy.
And that's it, man.
World, man.
And we could toast it up and cheers it up to all our people that before us and that's with us right now, and the ones that's gonna come after us. It's like, yo, that's what we got. We all got that common ground, man.
Definitely,
that's what it is, man.
Definitely.
Man. That's crazy what hip hop do and everything,
influences, right? It is a culture, so it is a culture, man.
Yo, for real. Culture. My man said I grew up around hip hop when it started. You look like you was a break dancer.
I was a break dancer. I was a break dancer. I can't even front. No. Cardboard box and everything. I was one of those guys. I did a little pop.
It was serious, yo.
I
was a graffiti guy.
Yeah, man, yo. All of that serious. Yo, I couldn't do that. I could.
You was a beatbox.
Yo. Like I said, man, I don't walk with him to these battles, these break battles. I don't walk with him and watch. Yo, we can walk across town to Bunker Hill. Be like, yo, they gonna battle. You walking there. We walk.
At 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we walk across town and watch these battles, man. It was amazing. It was crazy. So
that's crazy to walk that many miles and then still have to break dance when you get there.
Yeah, it was different.
And they had the big ass
boombox.
The big ass boombox walking like fucking warriors and shit.
Yo.
Dude,
for real.
Yo, it was a time, man. Yo.
It was a different vibe, man. That hip hop game was serious, man.
Yes.
You had the Adidas suit with the Adidas.
For sure.
The culture.
I can't front Adidas suit.
Where you at with too?
Look,
I put the graffiti on the back of the front jacket.
With the Gazelles.
With the Gazelles. I try to go back with these. You know what I mean?
Yo, fellas.
The Theodora sneakers and all that. Kobe's. I see you.
For real.
So's just running down everything.
E&S on the corner, East Main Street. At the shop and get my gear, my belts, you know what I'm saying? My name belt, my gold chain. Had to do all of that, man.
Yeah. I don't even know if y'all was around for like Ann's Fashion.
Of course.
Yo, getting your Bombers, getting your Lees, getting your Adidas, your Pumas. You know what I mean? Fat laces. You know what I mean? It was a different time, man. Different time.
It was. Good time.
Ann's Fashion was a staples for back to school.
Oh, for sure.
And Cook Street Tinies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get the Cook Street Tinies where you get the
Nah, see, I was Spanish, so whoever cut my mom's hair cut my hair. True story.
at
the same time. Shout out to Tiny the Barber, man. Shout out to Tiny the Barber, man. Yo, I took days off of school to get a haircut. That's how crazy it was. That was my guy. That's my guy.
Maria was my barber. So my brother was like, nah, you ain't gonna do my little brother like that. Let's go. And I was like, thank you. I was in there listening to a whole bunch of bullshit about novellas and shit. I'm dying. I'm
like, in the mix of that, so
I'm little. I'm like, God damn, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yo,
that's it.
Come on,
good times though, man.
But see, I was because I was little, so with my mom. So I used to have an album cover of Enrique Iglesias, and I used to bring him like, I want my hair cut like that.
Damn, really?
Hold up, did you used to bring like the record or what?
No, the whole record. Cause I was little.
You brought the whole record.
You got to show him. It's the only way to show him.
The whole album.
No shame. But then my brother was like, "We not doing this.
No mas.
My brother 10 years older. You know what I mean? 11 years older. So he probably. You said you was from Casa, right?
Yeah,
you went to Crosby
over that way.
I went to Wilby though. I used to walk up the hill, man. I couldn't go to Crosby, man. I'm a green and white guy, man.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it.
Wildcats.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's small world, man.
Indeed.
No doubt.
And I see you pulling up another one. So what else we got on deck?
What y'all think of them first two right there? But y'all saw the differences in those two.
For sure.
Them are two, like I said, you had a rye bourbon as in our second one, and you had a wheat bourbon. So the flavoring grain in the middle of that corn and that barley was rye and wheat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So the first one was more wheat based, correct?
That was a wheat, yes.
Okay.
What y'all think of that, man?
That one I think is
to it.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Yeah. I like them both. I think the first one, I think it hits better for my palate.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying, and that's where you start in the different palates. And honestly, don't shy away from some ryes, y'all, because we do got a high percentage of rye in that. And that's 23%. Most of the ryes, the regular ones, will be like 15%, but that's a high rye. Classifies as a high rye.
No, the second one.
Silver label.
Okay,
so
I like how that one smells. Like it jumps out at you right away.
Yeah.
You smell the second one.
See,
for sure.
That is pretty crazy on that when you start to get these notes and these noses and
See, I ain't do the mouth open on the first one though. I got to do that this time around.
Pause.
I know. Wait, pause. Pause. So's been waiting for 97 episodes for his time to shine. He finally got it.
39 minutes in.
That is a certified pause. He said, I did not open my mouth.
For the second one,
For the second one. So that means the first one, he was all game.
My bad.
All game. He done fucked up.
97 episodes he been waiting for. His get back. He been waiting.
Got him.
He took a fresh spot.
He's like, yo,
so this one right here, man. I took it
Let's talk about it.
To the calf strength, right out the barrel.
He brought it.
107.
He didn't mess around. He jumped y'all straight back to the
So
wheat.
this is the real deal right here. This is straight out the barrel. No water, no nothing.
Yep.
You getting exactly what you're. So basically, it's the first one, that 88, but just no water in it. So it's whatever it came out of the barrel as, that's what we bottled it as. We didn't filter it at all. It's real lightly filtered. So if you look at it real good, you might see
sold out in the
wood
world.
chips floating through it. If you look in the bottle, you might see a little wood chips.
That does smell amazing.
So this 107 is basically sold out everywhere. This flew off the shelf, man. People love this one.
It's intense more with that toffee and that caramel.
It smells good.
Man, the sweetness is just intense more. And look, and this is what I'm going to say, y'all. People get afraid of proof in the game. Like, we got things that's in the game at 120 proof, 130 proof.
If you had a cigar with this is serious. This
I'm
really
gonna tell
goes
you,
with the cigar.
don't shy away from proof when you see it, because it's just numbers sometimes. Some things drink lower than what the proof is on it, and this is going to probably
be one of the ones.
You're going to be like, yo,
you think 107 is going to kill you, but it's not going to kill you, man. It's going to be real smooth, nice mellow taste, with a lot of flavors.
Though it's not the chug, it's just the.
Exactly, just the sip. Exactly.
Wow. So how's that? Dinner. You made a face after you like that one.
This is good.
See,
this is the third one, right?
Yeah, this is the third one.
The second one and this one are similar a little bit, but this one, like to me, a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Because it's right out the barrel, man. Right out the barrel, you get a little bit more flavor.
Yeah.
That's that proof.
Like
that's
candy,
that. Because we done watered it down.
Candy, but it's not like sugar. Like it's not like almost like when you eat too much sugar, you be dry.
No, it's a natural molasses type of natural cane sugar type of, you know what I'm saying? That you would get on that. Nothing artificial. Nothing artificial on that. Yeah.
Put it over
there. That was our weeded at 107 proof, and that's been selling. Man, if y'all can find that, let me know. You know,
that one
I'm gonna buy some bottles back.
It's not in town, but you know, people been hitting us up, man, and even our stores and even our suppliers online, man. We online at one of the exclusive groups like that, Taste, Select, Repeat. They guys are carrying our stuff around here. They're carrying our stuff at so many stores, man. And
listen, people, go to every store. Just ask for us. If they ain't got it, keep asking, and we'll get it there.
They can find it.
Get it.
Drop that name again. Drop that name online.
1970 something. 1970 something.
On what website?
You can find us at 1970something.com.
Hey.
You can hit us up on the Instagram 1970something. Okay. You can check us out on Connecticut Bourbon Family Instagram as well.
Oh, wow. Fire.
You know, so you know. It's just crazy right now.
Taste Select Repeat as well. Taste Select Repeat is carrying. Actually, they're carrying that 107. To be honest, they're probably one of the only people that still got bottles of that 107.
Yeah.
Where's this again?
Yeah. Taste Select Repeat. It's an online package store.
Yeah. It's a modern package store, they call it. And you know, it's pretty crazy. You know, and we're blessed to be up there, man. They got a lot of exclusives. And, you know, you got to damn near pass a test to get up there.
I hate to say this stuff is really good. I ain't even going front. I know it's my stuff, but I'm like, yo, 107 is serious.
Nah, that last one was fire.
Yo, that 107 is serious.
Smooth, got a little bite to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Second one had a lot of bite to it.
But am I right?
though?
And
At
that one is
107,
lower
107
than that
proof,
one.
right?
That's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
People ain't,
I like this one.
get afraid of it. And y'all right. We didn't steer you wrong. That one ain't crazy. Don't be afraid of proof. Sometimes it's like, oh man, that's right down my alley.
Right.
And you could get something that's under that at 80 proof and tastes crazy.
Yeah.
But when you get a good product and it's done right, you good. Don't even sweat it.
Right.
No water. That was just what's straight out the barrel.
Straight out the barrel, yeah, man. No
Yeah,
water.
that's
the
barrel
A1.
proof.
Filter. That's A1, yo.
Cash
No cut.
shrimp, yeah.
No cut.
Yeah.
I'm in the transition for a new job. If you need a taster or somebody squeeze a barrel or something, you know what I mean?
Yo, man.
I'm
man,
free, you know what I
They
mean?
got that
Look.
business acronym, boy.
Shit,
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm around like a tire.
Yo, man,
What up?
I'm around like a tire. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Yo,
Socialism.
Socialisms.
we gonna have some. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. I let him try. Let him see what's up. It's gonna be like Mikey. Yo, let's Sos try and see do he like it.
We're gonna have you there for the tasters first, when
I'll
we
be
first
there.
get a new product, man.
Oh,
We're
but
gonna pull you in.
I'm gonna act real bougie. I'm coming with a cigar,
Yeah,
an
for sure.
ashcock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Coming in looking like I'm some. You know,
he already done came up.
And
He already done came
green.
up.
It's gonna be
That
green
is-
too, right?
That's official.
Green, you ready? No.
That's official.
You
I'm
No.
coming in there looking like I'm somebody.
Yo.
That's what it's about, though.
Word.
That's what it's about, man.
Look.
We trying to elevate people, man. We elevate.
If sometimes it just make me even feel like, yo, I'm transcending out, man. It makes me feel like, yo, where I got to get in these plans that we got to do, man, as we go through our life situations and stuff. And like I like to say, bourbon is like this. It's for the good, be with us in the good times and the bad times. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's all on how you enhance it. And enhance your life. It can bring you back from the bad times, and it can make the good times even better times, make them great times. So that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we gonna do, man, with these products,
So
man.
he don't be rapping.
Yeah, just
Ain't
spit
no
on them
rap,
bars.
Go in there and give me a hot 16.
Maybe after a couple more, I can channel that energy back.
Give him the one out the barrel. He gonna be all right. He gonna go in there hot fire.
No doubt.
That's fire, man. That's fire.
All right, we got to pour the 5 grain.
Okay,
People,
okay,
you got it.
I got you.
Yeah,
So
I'm
now
about to say, let's go.
this 5 grain
catch
right
up.
here, man. This
Catch
is
up like
gonna
mustard,
be,
Billy.
This is going to be totally different, man. This is going to give you a totally different taste on it.
Different smell, too.
Different everything. And I'm not even going to tell you that extra grain. Like the way he broke down those other grains, I'll let you smell it, let you taste it, and then see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
Because nobody really figures it out.
If it's more rye than wheat, more wheat than more
Yeah,
rye.
there's an extra grain in it. So
Okay.
basically, all the grains that you see in these,
Yep.
this has one extra one in it.
All right, let's
Okay.
go. Rock and roll.
All right.
Sos done turned into an
go.
expert.
I know,
Come
right?
on.
Yo.
Hey, it cost me nothing to pay attention.
This ain't Pat and Ron. Man.
No, it's not.
Nah, I like it. Like I said, I'm gonna kind of be bougie. I'm gonna get a little bottles.
Yo, listen, this makes you bougie, man. When you're drinking this, you're not the regular guy no more, man.
Look at like
I was never regular though.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So this is even better. This is better for you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Never regular. Let's go. Let's go.
Right.
Look.
Let's go. Shit.
Right here. This 5 grain, as P was saying, we got on the mash bill. Good fellas, I don't want to get all crazy and get all technical. Mash bill,
I can't wait for y'all to smell this one, man.
on this mash bill right here, we got 55% corn.
Serious right here.
We got 15% rye, 15% wheat. We got 10% malted barley. But we got 5%.
You might want to taste this one.
5% something else in there. See, here you
Get
go.
involved.
There you go. We got 5% something else in there. A little 5%, man, on there.
Get involved, Ken. Yeah, that smells really, really, really good.
Oh, look.
Like a little,
he got it. He coming.
caramel, little. You better pause.
I caught myself quick.
You better.
Yeah.
I was about to get you.
Relax.
What it look like? What it look like? What y'all getting?
I get
I
like
definitely
caramel,
smell like the sweetness of it.
like if you like if you turn in caramel on the stove, like
Like melting it yourself.
melting it
Oh,
caramel.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
like toffee. That's what I'm getting. Remember, don't pause.
So here's the thing. Before
inhale.
you drink this one, when you do put it in your mouth, just let it sit in your mouth for like a second.
We're so used to that.
I ain't saying don't get too crazy on that.
No, that's
just sit there.
Yeah, all right.
Just sit there for a second.
Remember, you act like you got a remote in your hand and hit the pause button when you say comments like that.
Yo. Because you're going to taste something different. So when you swallow, you're going to be like, oh, it's going to bug you out.
All right,
it's going to bug you out.
Again, what the fuck was swallow?
Yo, I'm just saying, yo.
Look. As y'all can see how that's moving in the glass right there?
Right, I just did that.
She's moving with a little bit more viscosity. It's like a little bit more weight to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, man. That that is right there. I believe it's 5 years old. This one is, and this is a double gold winner. You know, as I can say, we search out the products, and and we've been blessed to have a great distiller that But this is a double gold winner, and that means it didn't win just one gold; it won it again. You know what I'm saying? In the category,
right.
So
it's like the dream team and the redeem
drop
team,
a bomb
double gold.
Drop a bomb on that right
for
there.
sure.
You know? There you go.
There you go.
And as y'all taste this one, y'all gonna, like I said, there's a 5% of another oat. I mean, another green in here. Pete would say,
There's some oats in there.
There it is.
He gave it away.
That's right.
Yo,
nah, this is
It's
crazy, yo.
It's crazy. It's different, man. I tell you. At first, I was more really with the weeded. And the more I taste this, man, and here's the crazy thing about this. The longer you let it sit, once you open it, it's like a fine wine, man. And every time you taste it, it tastes a little something different. It's crazy. It's bananas, man. This is different. This is like a gold mine right here. To me, I'm like, yo, this is a gold mine.
It's a double gold mine.
very, very
Double
simple.
gold.
Very sippable. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Should we got toast and shit?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yo,
indeed.
yo, toast. Nutso toast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having us.
Something Nutso toast. Shit, much success and God bless.
Man, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that's great.
Like
That's great. Once again, please let everybody know where they can find this, where they can find you guys, where they can get information about, your company, your bourbon, and, help support.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all can find us at 1970something.com. Y'all can find us on 1970something on the Instagram, Connecticut Bourbon
and it's
Family
actually
on the Instagram.
spelled because I know you're probably thinking it's 1970. It's actually, if you see the shirt,
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's 9 spelled out, teen spelled out, 70 with the number 70, and then something.
Perfect.
.com.
So NINETEEN 70 something.
.com.
Yes. .com.
Yes,
Perfect.
indeed.
And I went to Wilby and I spelled that shit.
There you
Y'all
go.
know what I mean?
You got that Wilby education.
Right.
That's all right.
It's on the shirt.
That's coming from a Crosby guy, right? You got to be a Crosby guy.
Kennedy.
Oh, that's the
Kennedy,
good
man.
stuff. You went to Kennedy?
Why not?
Kennedy.
I was
Don't you see
stuck
the
in
gold?
that district.
You got the gold.
You was what?
I was stuck in
Yeah,
that
he was.
district.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, so you was up there with the Napoli guys. The Italian town plot guys.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that.
I used to get pizza once in a while.
I see.
I made a few friends. You know what I mean? I rub a few elbows with some people. You know?
I see.
Hey, Sos, bring him some bourbon.
Hey, I might.
Absolutely,
Bring him some 1970
Hey,
something.
Paisan, here, drink
There you
some.
go.
You be all right.
There it is. There it is.
Why
Nah,
not?
this is dope, man.
Nah,
I feel
this
like
shit is good, though.
I feel like
All
I
jokes
have
aside.
been like enlightened. I feel like now I feel like when I have people over, I can have some conversations around what I have at my bar and around like the etiquette for drinking this, because I had no idea. I didn't know I'm supposed to be swishing it around. I didn't know I'm supposed to be smelling it.
And that's the thing. I mean, whatever you've been drinking over, if it's been cognac or whatever, I got no problems with what you're drinking. Like I say all the time, know what you're drinking, though. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of cats right now. They say I drink cognac. I'll be like, so what's cognac? And they don't know what cognac is. They be like, it's cognac. Yeah. Cognac is just brandy that's made in the cognac region of France.
I thought somebody was going to say like Kanye.
Don't say that name.
You can't put Kanye out.
Don't cancel us.
You're going to get us canceled. You got to let it go.
Right.
Wow.
Kyrie too.
You'd be surprised at some of these people's intellect out there. Like I get bored. I go on my phone and I see a lot of those street interviews. When they ask people random general questions and answers they don't even know.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, who's the president? They'd be like,
Byron.
Yeah, Byron. Like, what?
Yeah. Or they'll be
Byron.
like, what's the capital of Florida? Or just any random state or something. And they'll be like, Miami.
But no, I think it's important to educate people on like in the bourbon and stuff, because you don't know what you're drinking sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think it's.
Look,
like
all of us,
we didn't
man.
know that, yeah.
They was. Well, don't get me wrong, man. I told y'all, 40 boy came up. I come through the whole thing, man. The whole gambit of things until I got to bourbon 25 years ago, and But you taste it and you start realizing, man, what am I putting in, or what they selling you grain, and you like, oh man, I got a headache. I got this or that. But right here, like I said, it's just all natural. And these are just some of the things that we put out as products, and there's other finishes that, my wife loved things that are finished in Cabernet barrels, wine barrels, and port barrels, you know what I mean, to even mellow them out even a little more. Right. And this is just like we said, we in the bourbon, and we chose to go bourbon. That's what we chose to drink. But, we also, there's single malt whiskeys and Japanese whiskeys, and it's just, it's all out there.
I didn't want to cut you off. You said all bourbons ain't whiskeys, all whiskeys ain't bourbons.
Talk about that.
Okay. You made that comment, right?
Yeah.
I've drank whiskeys. I'm Dominican. My family, they drink a lot of whiskey, whether it's Chivas, Johnny Walker.
They ain't here. We ain't talking about that. But yes, go ahead.
All that.
Yeah.
So what makes a whiskey a bourbon and a bourbon a whiskey, and what is the significance and the difference?
He can break that down real good, because I had to learn that too.
Like we just said, you start first and foremost, you got to be a bourbon, and that's the law. You got to be 51% corn, right? So you can sit here and say, so that makes it a bourbon. So the whiskey is the category, and bourbon is in the category. So you got whiskey, right? Then you got underneath bourbon. You got Canadian whiskey. You got Japanese whiskey. You got rye whiskey. You got wheat whiskey. And the only difference between rye and bourbon is this. You change that corn. It goes from, to be a rye, you got to be 51% rye. To be a wheat whiskey, you got to be 51% wheat. To be like a blended whiskey, sometimes you are maybe 10% that, 30% this.
Thirds, one third.
Whatever your blend is. Okay. And don't get it wrong. If it could still be a bourbon, but they took 51% of those 5 barrels or whatever, they still made with corn, and they blended them all together.
Right. So 51% of corn in your barrel is considered a bourbon.
Yep.
51% of rye makes it a whiskey.
Makes it a rye.
Make it a
rye whiskey. So they're all whiskeys. Whiskey's the umbrella, and they're all segments on the
They're all in the NBA, but then it breaks down to teams.
Yeah.
And with a bourbon, man, bourbon has laws and rules. Whiskey don't have laws and rules. That's why when you were saying upstairs, like, yo, you got sick off of the flavor stuff, because that's a whiskey. You can't do that with a bourbon.
No, I was talking about like the flavored shit, like they got like the flavored tequila, not the flavored tequila, the flavored
vodkas and stuff.
I stay away from that shit.
Okay.
Back in the day, like, your younger days, you're
you want the vanilla one.
Yeah.
So whatever's popping on the music video, you're gonna go drink it.
Yeah.
And that was bullshit, because I used to wake up in the middle of the night thirsty as a fish out of water. Like, give me a glass.
That's that grain alcohol mixed with whatever
that
flavor
that
they
before.
put in there. Yeah.
So that's why I said I stick now with just like the clear, the tequila, or if I'm gonna drink anything, I try with the Johnny a little bit with my relatives. But other than that, it's like mostly clear. But I'm definitely gonna fuck with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because I know that the ingredients, is
for sure,
real shit.
Why is there laws with the bourbon and all that?
Well,
legit laws, like
legit. Like, you can't break these
he
laws.
said you can't reuse a barrel. That's
you can't reuse the barrel.
That's one.
He can break that down for you. Really,
you got to go. It can't come off the still no higher than 160. At 160 proof, and it can't go in the barrel no lower than 125. You know what I'm saying?
So they have like their own police that like monitor this type of stuff.
Oh man, you look at the history. Yeah, man, y'all want to go? That's what makes it so crazy. That's why bourbon is American spirit. You know what I mean? As in, bourbon has the laws that go way back to Prohibition, before Prohibition. Man, back in the day, 1900 or whatever, they would giving people anything like they would do. They were giving them tobacco spit, and people were going blind. That's why they say going blind off whiskey. They were throwing nails in some stuff, and the rust to give it color. And that's why they had to make laws. They made governmental laws.
One of the first tax laws.
Y'all are gonna remember this.
The nails got me.
Soon as we got out of the revolution, they were like, yo, no more talk. We got in the revolution with England because of taxes, right? We like, yo, we tired of getting taxed. We had to throw the tea up there and everything. Soon as we got out of that, that, they threw America was like, yo, we need taxes. And what did they do? The first tax law they gave you was the whiskey tax law. Then y'all know back from school, the whiskey rebellion. Yeah. That's the first joint. We rebelled against that. Yep. Then it comes down to why did they make these laws? Because to protect the people. We had the first drug acts. The first Food and Drug Act was a whiskey a law because they were killing people, throwing nails in the alcohol and the barrels, selling you anything. So dudes were like, yo, man, we gotta get a government. So the government started regulating alcohol. There's no doubt. Back in the day, they used to have these tax stamps that went over the alcohol. It was a bond, and it was like, yo, E.H. Taylor, he was the first guy to say, yo, we need to regulate this because people going dying left and right. Yeah. So they started putting the government watching liquor, and that's why it was so hard for us to get in the game. To get in the liquor game is so hard because it's so many laws. It's the government, federal laws, and that's the easy laws. Every state is regulated different. So we good in Connecticut. But yo, man, we can't do nothing in New York. We got to go through their laws. We got to get a register there to do there. We got to get registered in every state.
Yeah. To process your product in New York, you got to go through different stipulations.
Oh, absolutely.
Or just to sell your product
in New
York.
To sell it.
So your product has to meet their standards in New York in order to be sold in New York.
Yeah, like right now, we're only able to sell in Connecticut because we have a Connecticut license. So we can't sell anywhere else. That's why we're in the process of trying to get this online thing going. But with an online service, they're capable of like, hey, we got license in this state, this state, this state, this state.
And then you can just
they
send them out to those places.
So that was my next question.
Yep.
So like DC is a different animal. DC don't have laws like that. DC is like an independent state.
They're their own shit.
Yeah, exactly. So
they're their own province.
Exactly.
They govern themselves. They do their own thing.
Exactly. That's what we finding out, yo.
Those people that even live in DC, they can't even vote for the president.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. You told me something today. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yo,
you knew that?
I'm right.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
No, not the president. They don't vote for like somebody in their branch, like a senate or like some. Yes.
Oh, they don't have.
That's what it is.
Because they're independent.
Yes,
basically.
they're independent. So
like yo.
There you go. See, fact check. That's why we gotta have the camera turn and go fact check.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But they don't still have the same shit.
See.
They work different. They work different.
Yeah. Got it.
He went to Ruby too.
Yes, sir.
All right,
He's smart, though.
That green and white, that Wildcat stuff.
I'm like,
Kennedy, my brother. It's not like Kennedy over here.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
But now,
I knew what I was talking about a little bit. Okay.
With Kennedy, man. With Kennedy.
You threw that conversation over there. He caught it like, yo, we good.
Kenny,
Back up.
I always say I never walk into the room saying I'm the smartest man.
Nah, if you are, you in the wrong room.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just a sponge that fell on something. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, very, 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 very dope, man. I mean, again, like I just want to keep kind of putting it out there for our listeners, for the people that are watching. Sure. Again, if y'all want to support, if y'all want to purchase, you know what I mean? Like they said, they are here in Connecticut, pretty much at most of the spots, right?
We're over in about 20 different places
locations
right now in Connecticut.
Fire.
But if you go to our 1970something.com,
yes,
everything's listed on the website, so you can reach out to there. And if it's not in your neighborhood, go to your package store.
Tell them.
Say, hey,
Request it.
yo, where's that 1970 something? We need that 1970 something. They'll reach out to us.
They'll find us.
Exactly. And we just trying to take over locally, man, and then grow from there.
That's
it.
All,
that's our goal, man.
And that's
take
what's
over
gonna
Waterbury
happen.
and then go from there.
Let's go.
All right, what's up, man? Which ones y'all like the most, man? Which pour y'all want another pour of? What y'all want to pour?
I'm gonna say
tell me.
So yeah. Let's end it off like that. I like the 5 grain as well.
Y'all want another pour down? Y'all want that 107?
I want that 5 grain.
I like that one out the barrel too, though. It's like a flip.
107? 107? That was the 107. That's the 107.
You know what? I don't got a good memory, so you can put a little bit of both, and I'll tell you again what's going on.
I mean,
oh man,
it was great, but that weeder was good.
Yeah,
see,
that's real smooth.
Look.
Now
you could drink a little bit more of that.
But like you said,
but
what I do enjoy when people be like, "Yo, check it." I do know. I know the differences now. Right. So we did some work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you go in there to get your juice and you want something, you be like, "Yo, I want it like this. So this is where I'm headed, and this is and there's plenty out there, you know. But like, all right, who opened the door for you? That 1970 something opened the door for you, and, you know. And that's great for us. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Real quick before we get off topic.
Yep.
like we said, keep pushing forward and everything, but
for sure.
And there's different laws in CT in New York. I just want our viewers, our listeners, to just get this little bit of information from the business standpoint, if you don't mind. What is it that you have to do? Is it a long waiting game for the paperwork? Does it take a long time? Do you need to pass like different boards? You know, what's the process like if somebody wanted to possibly get into the game?
Yeah, Scuff, you want to go ahead and answer that?
Go ahead. You go ahead and hit him.
So the process to actually get it, you have to, you can't have no felonies. You know what I mean? That's because you're dealing with liquor. Liquor's different.
Okay.
If you're dealing with beer, totally different. Wine, totally different.
Right, cool.
Liquor, you can't have no felonies. They do the crazy background check. You have to get your liquor license. Almost like you're like
a store,
a restaurant.
A restaurant store.
Yeah,
so you have to be
bar.
approved for that. So then you have to find a place that has to be approved by some governed board or whatever. Connecticut's a little crazy. So you have to have a warehouse, basically. We have our own warehouse. We're down on Thompson Avenue. We have a little spot that we rent down there. So we have that approved by them. And then there's about 2 more certs that I think we had to get, right?
Yeah, you got to definitely get what they got to go through the process that y'all know that when y'all see that the permit license to be approved, and that process is, I don't know, what's that, 6 months just to
about that.
The state got
about 6 months.
Then wherever you at,
months.
give a chance the city to say, hey, we don't want to have this here, we don't want to have that there. And luckily, we Waterbury people, and we didn't get that problem. But if we were probably out in another town, we probably would have got that problem, that issue.
Wow.
But to get in the game first and foremost, like you said, man, one of the best things we did was get a great attorney and to navigate and help us do this. And like P said before, man, we in the car, and if they was here, Sean was here, they would tell you we didn't have nobody to hold our hands through this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We fell a lot, wasted a lot of money, paid a lot of people. You know what I mean? To learn on our own, because I'm asking you, and you say one thing, and then I go ask Wes over here, and he says something totally different. So we're like, state of Connecticut, what are you talking about? It's crazy. It's crazy.
But definitely do your research. Hit the consumer protection up there, alcohol, and those questions up there online.
And make sure you trademark your name, people.
Amen.
Trademark your name
with anything that you're doing.
LLC.
Yep.
LLC'd up.
Do you still need an EIN?
Yes,
EIN,
of course.
That's like the Social Security.
Yeah, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just wondering if it was different because your product is it's like a beverage.
Physical thing.
It's a physical thing.
Yeah, same
That's
thing,
why I
same
thought it was
process.
different.
Same process, same process.
Shit.
What we did, man, we kind of, like I always say, Scuff always says the same thing, OB always says the same thing. Like, we're different. We challenge the status quo. Like, the state of Connecticut is like, you can't do this. And we're like, well, why? You can't tell us why.
Right.
It's weird. It's like the laws is set up a certain way because it's so old.
Hell of a lawyer.
And it's like,
need a hell of a lawyer.
come on, man. This guy said we could do it. If I'm paying this guy over here, he says we can do this, and then the state of Connecticut is saying we can't do this. Somebody got to tell me why we can't do it, because we paid this guy a lot of money to tell us we could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he got us through that process, but it's weird that a lot of people don't want to work with us. You know what I mean? It's crazy to say that, and I hate to pull that race card because I'm not that guy.
No.
But it's real.
Spade is a spade.
It is real out here when I say this.
Right.
Like, not trying to be funny. I think they want to keep us in a certain zone, and we challenge the status quo, and we're here. And like I said, man, we're never going backwards, man. We're never starting back from the beginning.
And I think that's what makes the success better.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You got to work a little harder, but
Absolutely.
And people, I'm gonna tell you straight up right now. One thing to do, like you said, so is get that LLC. Get your LLC in Delaware. And get your LLC one of them other states out there. Like 90% of the country, it's the rules.
Crazy.
Yeah, and the money is crazy. But 90% of the businesses are like either Delaware or they even like Wyoming or someplace like that. But I'm telling you, that's first step number one. Check into that avenue first. If your LLC, get it done somewhere else. You know what I mean? And Connecticut, with the laws, and like we said, every state is different. Alcohol is governed. You think it's the feds. The feds are what it is, but every state regulates.
The feds is not as bad, which is crazy. It's the state itself. It's like the independent states themselves because they have different laws.
They let each state govern themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Each state is independent within the decisions that they make.
Fire.
But that was a great business gem you just dropped.
I want people to come off
LLCs that you can get if you reside in New York, New Hampshire,
Yep.
South Dakota. You can get an LLC from another state and still operate in that state under those numbers?
Yes. Yes, the LLC is the.
Do you get the tax breaks from the state that you got the LLC in, or in the state that you in?
Look, tax part of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's another episode.
That's another episode. Find that out for me. Find that out for me.
That's another episode.
I like to work in that gray area.
That's what I'm saying. Find that out.
That's the thing.
I like to work in that gray.
That's definitely a gray area. That's a gray area.
Exactly.
But I believe it's probably the state that you got your LLC.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You know, it's got to be the state that you got your LLC.
There's the loophole.
There's
the loophole.
Nobody tell you that.
Nobody thinking.
That's why I'm like, yo, y'all find out. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna find out and figure it out.
Yo, for real.
Absolutely.
Dope, man. So anything y'all want to leave the folks with, man? Anything that y'all would like to say in closing? I think on our end, man, we just appreciate y'all coming down, y'all showing love, and more than anything, man, we appreciate the growth in y'all doing this and being the first for something like this. So thank you, man. We salute y'all. Seriously, we appreciate y'all coming down. But anything that y'all would like to leave our listeners with on the way out?
Oh man, it's so many. It's so many. You know, look. First of all, be open. Know what you drinking first and foremost. I don't care what you're drinking. If it's vodka, cognac, or whatever, could be Canadian whiskey. Educate yourself on that, because know what I hate to see? We get bamboozled. We go to casino, we go to the bar, and they just want to throw you some junk when you could pay $1 more and you can get something that you know what it is. They just, and you could be feeling good and feeling better about everything because they taking your money. So know what you get when it come to your glass. Thanks. And that's what I want y'all to know. And with as far as our brand, if anybody want to reach out, reach out, man. We can, if we don't know it, we'll do our best to find it, man, because we all come from here. We all the same people, and we look around. We trying to make it, and the game is here for everybody. We all, we all together. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, man. I just like to say thank you. Appreciate you for having us, man.
Of course,
this is a big platform, man. You guys are doing big things.
Thank you.
Thank you. And second note, I can't leave it without saying, I appreciate you on that song, my brother.
Oh, definitely.
Appreciate
no problem.
No appreciate it, no doubt. Big Mo, shout out to you, my guy. You know what I mean? Appreciate that, Neff. And I just have to say, man, listen, man, we just 4 regular dudes right here graduated from Wilby High School, class of 88.
Okay.
Ain't nobody in the city ever thought that 4 dudes from Wilby could do this. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not done. Like, nobody does this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you went to Wilby, they thinking you doing whatever.
I already know.
You get caught up in the BS and probably going to prison doing whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The Dahmer glasses.
Yo.
So sweet for the fans.
That Kennedy stuff is hard, man. Them Kennedy guys is rough, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
You know what I mean? I see how it is.
Fire, man.
Always gotta have a good time. Appreciate y'all coming.
Definitely.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate you guys, man. No doubt.
We appreciate y'all.
1970something.com, people.
1970something.com. Make sure y'all check them out, please, man. Thank y'all again, man. And you are live on the Nutso Podcast. Let's go.
Yes.
Hey Nutso, y'all like what you hear? Be sure to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. And make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, the Nutso Bunch Podcast. And of course, we're accepting donations. Just go on the Anchor app, search the Nutso Bunch Podcast, and drop us some loose change.
Oh yeah.